Okay, hello one and all. Welcome back to a long and long time ago. This is episode 7 of Making the Grade. My name is Adam. I've got, as always, with me Martyn. How's it going, Martyn?
Yep. Good. Thanks, Adam.
Good.
Yep, really good.
Raring to go. Raring to find out how much money you've spent this week.
Well, I know how much money I've spent this week, but the problem is, what's the total? And I don't want to work that out. That's your job.
Yep, that's my job. But you probably don't want to know that, do you?
Not after
Not
this
really.
week.
We'll carry on with how we did it last time. So you're after episode 6, by the end of episode 6, yes, you've spent around 16 weeks collecting. You've now picked up 25 new figures, or 25 figures, I should say, putting you around about 1.5 figure per week. That's dropped. So you're getting more now. You're getting more on average. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Probably a bad thing,
Yeah,
based on what you're spending.
I need a summer break.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that's coming up. No worries. You've now spent, if you really want to know,
There we go on.
you've spent an average of 76.28 per figure, which is moving up only 22p on average.
That's not too bad, I suppose.
So that's not bad. That's not bad going.
Yeah,
You must have got some bargains in your last episode.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
I suppose you did, didn't you? It was around similar sort of price to that. So
yeah. Well, I think
makes sense.
that's not bad. Unfortunately, after this week, that percentage is going to go up quite a bit. But
I look forward to hearing what next week's is,
yeah,
to be honest.
but this week's.
This week,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. I will look forward to hearing this week's and then telling you what the average is on the next episode.
yeah. Dope.
Cool. So yeah, you've got some new figures. How many did you pick up this time?
Yeah. So again, I've picked 4 up. They always seem to be a multiple of 4s. And I got these from eBay.
Ooh, didn't
Yeah.
you say at one point that you weren't sure about buying on eBay?
Well, here's the thing. There's always some bargains come up on the Facebook pages. Always some bargains, but as we've said on numerous podcasts, not just making the grade, unless you're on Facebook at the exact moment that bargain comes up, you're not going to get it because it's instantly gone. And I'm not somebody who lives on social media or Facebook,
Yeah.
so I usually get a message from you saying, "Oh, this was a good deal," or "I'll be looking in the evening when I remember."
Yeah.
And I would have missed out on quite a few bargains from that day or even the previous day, because sometimes I'll forget to look for days.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, ideally I shouldn't be getting them from eBay. Ideally I should be getting them from if I do get them from eBay, I should be doing auctions.
Yeah.
But I've kind of, if I see something that I really want, the person that's selling them on eBay has got a few for sale that I'm after. I'll often eBay them, email
Contact
them,
and yeah.
and see if there's a deal can be done if I was to buy multiples.
Of course, yeah.
Um,
Going back to the whole me messaging you on more than one occasion, because I think I did it earlier today. In fact,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure I sent you a message earlier today about a new graded figure that's come out or that's available. Does it bother you at all?
No, not at all. You actually reminded me that it's today, as we're recording this, is the day Cad Bane is available for pre-order in the vintage collection, and I completely forgot. So you actually texted me that. Was a good reminder, and I pre-ordered not only Cad Bane but the Wave. I think it's Wave 47. So I've got another 3 figures that haven't been announced yet with him. So I'll be getting that wave whenever that arrives. So that's probably going to be August this year.
August.
I already have two other waves that I've pre-ordered, which I haven't received yet.
They've
So
not arrived. No, are
no,
they widely available,
no.
or
I
is it
find
just that they're not? They haven't actually been released yet.
no. Well, there was one wave which I seem to be the last person in the country to receive, which was the Luke Skywalker Mandalorian wave. I
Mm,
finally got that last week, but
nice.
so yeah, the other three waves will arrive at some point. But I'm in no rush. I'm in
No,
no rush for them to take the money out of my account.
no, that's true.
Um, but before I start on what I picked up this week, obviously I like to sort of say what I've learned since the last episode because we have a lot of people out there writing comments and helping us on this journey to collecting graded loose figures. And I got a suggestion from Obi Rob Kenobi in the comments. Someone
Okay.
who's not commented before, I don't think, but he made a very good point. He seems to be a collector of Kenner graded figures as well, and he made the very obvious, in my opinion, after reading it, and really helpful comment that perhaps I should be concentrating on picking up the last 17 and the really hard to get hold of and therefore expensive figures first,
Yeah.
because
Okay.
the way the market's going at the moment is they're only going up in price. So perhaps instead of picking up three or four, I don't want to say cheap, but easier to get cheaper figures, I should perhaps be concentrating perhaps on getting one expensive
Yeah.
figure
Yeah.
as a pickup rather than, because then obviously I can then go back to the easier cheaper figures later on down the line. So that's a really good suggestion. So I've started to keep an eye out more now on the the hard to get last 17
That's
figures.
not a bad idea actually.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. That's
And I
pretty
think things like Boba
sensible.
Fett as well is another one to sort of keep an eye on because I keep seeing their prices going up and up and up.
Mm.
So yeah, so
Well, I
that's
sent you one, didn't I? But I wasn't ungraded one.
yeah, that
I
was a
thought
really
maybe
nice
it's
looking
worth sending.
figure.
Yeah, something about it though. Just
Mm.
not. I'm just not trusting of it. I
Yeah.
wonder. I wonder if it's been painted.
I don't know. I mean, I did have a really good look at it and it looked pretty good to me. Um, but as you say, the price was a little bit cheap, so
Mm,
who knows? But yeah, I mean, that's the risk you take,
I
unfortunately, with
suppose
these
it is.
things.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, so we'll crack on with this week's
Yep. Getting
pickups.
into it.
The last pickup is a good pickup, so we might need a bit of extra time for that one, but I'll fire through the first three. So the first one I picked up was a 1983 Klaatu skiff guard. This was a Noku or no COO, and that was an AFA graded 80 plus near mint. So all of the ones I picked up this week are AFA, which is great
Oh
because
wow.
I've picked up UKGs pretty much all the way through this.
Yeah, I feel like you started off with quite a few AFAs and then you picked up a load of UKGs.
That's right. The first three that I picked up in the auction, which started this little adventure, were all AFAs, and
Yeah.
then ever since then, it's been UKGs.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is an 80 plus near
S-
mint.
Still no CAS yet though.
No, no
Yeah.
CAS, no.
One day.
Um, this one cost me £95.
Okay.
So not bad. Not a bargain by any stretch of the imagination, but not bad. And I obviously knocked that down from the original price.
Hmm. It looks in
But
pretty good nick. So
yeah, it looks immaculate again. I have to say, I think it was Gerard who pointed this out in a previous one of these that 80 plus near mints from AFA is kind of an 85%
yeah.
UKG, and you can definitely see it here. I think.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really good. So really happy with that one. So I've got both Klatus now.
Yeah.
That's
So
really cool.
this guy, what's his name? Do we have a name on this one?
I I there do you know what? I don't have an actual name. I know the other Klaatu is got the name Woof, as we've laughed
Yeah.
at many times, but
Yeah.
I'm not
I
sure. Do you
feel
know
like
what? I can't actually think. I'll Google it and we'll have to flash it up on the screen if there was one, but I can't think of it right now.
okay.
Yeah. So the second figure I picked up was a 1983 Tebow, and that was also a no COO. And this was also AFA graded 80 plus near mint. Again, this one looks absolutely immaculate.
Yeah.
Obviously, for those who don't know, Tebow is an Ewok, which you're probably seeing out on the screen right now. This one cost me £90. Again, really happy with this. My Ewok contingent increases once again. So
you've got a few now. You've picked up a few Ewoks, haven't you?
yeah. I'd quite like to pick up a Chief Chirper next. I think just to sort of get the Ewoks that weren't in the last 17 all sorted.
And they were the ones you had as a child as well.
Yes, yeah. I had a Tebow as a kid, and I had a Klaatu Skiff Guard going back to that one. So did I say how much this one cost?
90.
£90, yeah. So yeah, really, really happy with this one.
Yep.
And
when we did the toy fair,
oh no, yeah.
you picked this one up already, haven't you?
I have, yeah. I picked this one up.
But loose, ungraded.
Yeah, I did. Again, I should. I picked up a good one of these from, I think it was the toy fair, and
Yeah.
I have to say, when I got it home and inspected it, some of the plastic was starting to discolor around the legs and arms.
Right.
And it also had a really bad smell of tobacco on it.
Yeah,
And,
were you able to get rid of that? You said about putting it in coffee, didn't you?
Yeah, I put it in coffee granules, and that got rid of the smell. So the smell was
Oh, wow.
gone. But unfortunately, the discoloration of the plastic, it's weird. It's almost like the plastic started to degrade a little bit.
Right.
So I kind of wanted to get this one because I don't think it would have got a particularly high grade if I'd sent it off.
No.
And also because of the the not so good condition, unlike the Neon Nun that we got rid of or gave away in a giveaway. I'm not going to do that here because it's unfair to give someone this one, I think.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Fair
Well,
enough.
I mean, again,
If anyone wants it,
if anybody wants it, they're more than
subscribe
welcome to it.
and then take it in the comments.
Yeah, subscribe, stick
Just
I
let us know.
want Tebow in the comments, and I'll be more than happy to send it to you, but under the caveat that it's not
in great
best
nick
condition. No. So yeah, that's really cool. The third one I picked up was a 1983 Rebel Commando. Again, this was also a no COO, and
wow.
this one was AFA graded 80, so it didn't have the plus. Therefore, it was slightly cheaper at £70.
Not bad. Still in pretty good nick.
I have to say, looking at it in the case, I was thinking, right, this is an 80, so it's obviously going to be clearly some sort of paint scratching, or the plastic's going to be, something wrong. And I cannot find a mark on it at all. So
which makes you kind of wonder how
well,
we've spoken about it before, but how do these things get graded? Who grades them, and how do they find some sort of consistency in it?
Well, I'm thinking the paint might be great and the figure might be great, the plastic might be great, but actually they also grade the actual movement of the figure. So I'm thinking maybe the limbs are quite dodgy.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that must be it, because as I say, when you see it on screen, in the video that we're probably playing, it looks absolutely great. There's not a mark on it. So really, really happy with that one. And again, one that I had when I was a kid. So it's brings back a lot of memories. This one.
This guy was this Return of the Jedi.
Yes, Return of the Jedi. Yeah,
the final scene, or Endor
battle. Yeah. I mean,
did you say that at all? I don't know.
No, I didn't know. No. But again, I'm as you probably have seen during a lot of these making the grade episodes, I'm picking up a lot of Return of the Jedi figures because obviously they're the easiest ones to get hold of.
Yeah.
And due to them being the least oldest, I suppose that they're slightly easier and cheaper to get hold of as well. So yeah.
But then the last 17 would have been even newer still. So how are they so expensive and harder to get hold of?
Well, I don't think they mass produced them as much as those, because I think Star Wars had already started to, it was kind of out of the zeitgeist. Yeah, it was out of the focus of, kids, because the movies, I think it was 85 they started to come out. Those ones. So, 2 years after the film had come out. So, and I'm sure there was some of them, I think, and someone in the comments, maybe BOE or somebody will be able to put in the comments. I don't think all of them were released. I know Yak Face wasn't released in the US, so you could only actually buy that one in Europe. Um,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know if that was the case for any others, but I know it was the case for Yak Face.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Um,
last one then. Do you
yeah.
want to give us the last one?
Yeah. Well, I'm sure people are sick to death of me saying talking about this figure, and this was my holy grail figure. I finally managed to pick up my holy grail figure. I managed to pick up a 1983 Luke Skywalker Jedi Knight with a snap cape variant and a I say blue saber variant. And
Hey.
I'm so over the moon. This was a no COO, and it was it was Hong Kong. I beg your pardon, it was Hong Kong. It was AFA graded 80 plus near mint, and I hope my wife's not outside the door as I tell you how much it cost me. It was £280.
I love how we just both try and keep all of this stuff quiet.
Yeah. The good thing is we know that neither of them are actually going to watch this.
Yeah, that's the only way we're getting away with this.
Yeah.
If anyone knows our wives, don't
Yeah.
tell them, please.
Yeah, blackmail.
Yeah, we're in trouble.
Dear. But
No,
yeah,
that's awesome. That's cool.
yeah,
You
it's taken
finally
me
got
till
it.
part 7, and I think
That's sooner than I expected, if I'm being honest.
yeah, it's sooner that there was a couple of factors to this, and I monitor them when they turn up. And firstly, I'd like to say not a single one in the time I've been doing this has been available on Facebook or any of the Facebook
No.
groups. So I've only ever seen them on eBay. I've also had some really good friends we've made since starting this channel offer them to me loose for sale. Obviously not for free. I had to pay for. I kind of wanted to get one graded specifically because I knew that it would be the grade that I wanted.
Yeah.
So I
And you
kind of
didn't, we've said before about having concerns of sending something away, being 6 to 9, even 12 months maybe,
yeah
before you get it back again.
yeah. So that kind of buying it loose, I wasn't entertaining as an option. And there's a couple of factors. I think our chat with the BOE say, we talked a lot about missed opportunities in our collecting lives, in both of us, or all three of us really.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just need to pull the trigger. And that comment that I was talking about earlier on in the episode from Rob Kenobi kind of made me think, well, the price of that is only going to go
worse.
up.
Yeah.
In an episode recently that Action Figure Grader did on loose graded sales, the price I paid was a little bit lower than one that was sold recently on his channel. So I thought, if I don't do it now, it's only going to get more and more expensive. Could I afford to buy it? You could argue probably not, but, but a bit of extra weekend work and stuff like that. I'll just have to think of it that way.
Some
but
cash in a shoebox under the bed.
Yeah, exactly. Bit of cash in hand. Hope the tax man's not watching. But so yeah, I pulled the trigger. As I say, it was AFA graded 80 plus near mint, and again, look at this video. It's absolutely stunning figure. I mean, again, there's not a blemish on it. I'd love to know why it didn't get an 85, but
So all right, why I think you've said before about the blue saber over the green one, but do you want to go into a bit more detail?
Well, I mean, the history of the blue saber was originally when they did Return the Jedi. Luke was always going to have. He obviously had a new lightsaber hilt, but it was going to be blue, not green. But when they started editing the film and they put the special effects of the saber on, because obviously he initially uses it on Tatooine, the really bright blue sky didn't let the lightsaber show up quite as much in the edit. So they decided to change it to green. Now, I think if you go to one of the early teaser trailers of Return the Jedi back from 1982, you actually see in the trailer footage Luke using a blue lightsaber. So I believe Kenner saw this and just assumed that the toys that they were making, he was going to get a blue lightsaber. So
Right.
the initial run of Luke Skywalker's came with a blue lightsaber until they realized, oh, whoops, it should be green. And then they obviously changed it, which is why predominantly you'll find these figures with a green lightsaber.
Yeah. So the
Now,
majority of them are green, I suppose. Then.
oh, a vast majority, I should think. And so yeah, so basically, as a kid, I always had the green saber, but um, you know, I always wanted the blue one. I had some friends that had the blue saber, and I was like, well, I always assumed obviously they might have got it with the Bespin Luke Skywalker, but obviously he only came with a yellow lightsaber because again,
Yeah.
they got that color wrong, but they never actually fixed that.
Corrected it. Right.
So yeah, I always wanted the blue saber. I think probably as a kid, I probably wanted the blue saber because I wanted to put it with the Bespin Fatigues figure, so he had the right color saber there. At least that's the canon I'm putting in my head anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I can't tell you how over the moon I am. I mean, I sent you a little video, a little celebratory video, didn't I? We won't put that on because it wasn't very good, but yeah, I said, just to sort of, I can't wait for this episode
Quite an
to come
achievement.
out.
Quite
Yeah,
an
I can't wait
achievement.
for this episode to come out because I'm just gonna like continuously post different angles of this figure because it looks absolutely beautiful. And yeah, I mean, I'm over the moon. It's a big day for me.
Big
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. So that takes you up to 29 figures.
Yeah.
And that's your Holy Grail chalked off. So you
It
need
is.
another Holy Grail.
Yeah, you're right. And I was thinking about this, and I was thinking, oh, what could it be? Could it be a Boba Fett? Could it be R2D2 with the pop-up lightsaber? But I think, to be honest with you, it's going to have to be quite an obvious choice, and I'm going to choose a yak face as my next Holy Grail. I think it would probably be on a lot of people's Holy Grails just because I think it's pretty so expensive, to be honest with you.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this one I'm going to endeavor to buy loose, if I can.
What?
And then send. Yeah, well, here's
Just
the
to
thing.
save a little bit more.
Oh, mate, you got. I've seen so many for
yeah.
750, 800. I've seen a UKG 90, I think, the other day for £950, and that's silly money for a little plastic figure. I just can't.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't really worry about spending what I did on Luke Skywalker, but notice I'm whispering just in case. But but I certainly I would literally have to probably sell a couple of
limbs.
Not well limbs, yeah, but I'd probably have to sell a
Kidneys.
couple of perhaps of some of my vintage collection Holy Grails in order to get that. And I don't really want to do that because I've spent a lot. Imagine selling your Canadian Yoda just in order to buy a loose graded yak face. It just wouldn't make sense in my eyes. So I think he'll be a loose one that I buy, and also he'll be a long time in the future.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But what sort of obviously if it's ungraded, sort of it's going to be tricky to have like a goal because like you said earlier with the Tebow one, if you send it off and it comes back and it's like 60, is that not going to be a bit of a kick in the teeth? Or
yeah, I think I'm savvy enough to know if I got an 80 UKG 80, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
So I think I've seen enough now. I've seen enough yak faces. I've seen enough of these figures in general now to kind of gauge that if it should reach an 80, I'm fairly sure I'd be okay. And I'll use the resources of the contacts and the friends that we've made to sort of perhaps I'll send them an email and say, oh, do you think this would reach a certain grade, and then pick it up. But you know what happens with these collecting journeys we've been doing. Out of nowhere, an opportunity sometimes comes up that you weren't expecting.
Yeah.
So you can't plan it, can you?
No. You just got to see how it goes and bide your time, I suppose. Are you going to take on the advice then of Obi Rob and try and focus on the last 17 now, or
I'm gonna
minus
try
maybe the yak face?
Yeah, minus the yak face. I think I probably will do unless I come across some absolute bargains, because I'm now getting to the point where I've picked up a lot of the cheaper ones. I say cheaper ones. So future episodes of Making the Grade might only involve one pickup, which is fine. That's okay.
It's going to be shorter episodes.
There'll be shorter episodes, but we can do a lot more. We can talk about the history of that figure, or we can expand on some of the figures that I picked up.
Sure.
As we've learned from a lot of people, there's a lot of history behind these things. So
Yeah.
and birthdays coming up in the summer, you never know.
You never know. And have you figured out a way to fit them all in the cabinet behind you there?
Well, here's the fantastic thing about these cabinets. You can fit 12 on a shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that means I can get 48 in a cabinet. I've got 2 of these cabinets. So what's 2 times 48?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. 96. Beautiful.
96. So it couldn't be more perfect. But I'm still a long way from filling up one cabinet. Plus,
you got to figure out where the next cabinet's going to go.
Well, yeah, I don't know either, but when it comes to it, I'll think about that. But yeah, the other cabinet's upstairs, so I'm gonna have to carry the glass cabinet downstairs somehow. So I don't want to rush too quickly.
No. No, that's cool. That's awesome. It's a pretty damn good week then, you got to admit.
Yeah, it's a fantastic week.
I mean, not for your wallet, but
no.
But that's fine,
yeah.
Awesome. If you like this episode, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you don't already, and we'll catch you in the next one. We'll see you later.
Bye.